This is the Old Time Review podcast. And now the Joy Drops do Not Drunk. This is the Old Time Review podcast for the 15th of July 2020. And today I just wanted to take a few minutes to remember the actor, singer, game show host and regular panellist Bert Convy, who sadly passed away 29 years ago on July 15th, 1991. And I wanted to take a few minutes because comparative to other people in the States who have known about him obviously for years, growing up, seeing him on shows like Tattletales, Super Password, Win, Lose or Draw, all his work on the stage, in film, on television. But for me, I have only really just discovered him in the last 2 to 3 years. And I have to say, I was blown away by his skill, and we didn't have Tattletales as it was in the UK, because it's sort of a form of Mr. and Mrs., isn't it? We didn't have that over here, and we certainly didn't have it with Bert Convy. And I think he would have worked very well in the UK. I think it would have gone over quite okay, because he was very relaxed and kind of fun, and I think it must have been all that stage experience, because that's the thing. I think for many people, perhaps they discovered him on those game shows and those shows where he was a panelist. I've seen him on things like Password Plus, for example, with Elizabeth Montgomery and Alan Ludden, and he is an utter delight. But I realised that would be the first time some people would know that he was there. But you discover all this other stuff that he did, his stuff in music and performance and on stage and things. He's often talking about it when he made appearances on these shows. And I know that Password Plus had a replacement host after Alan Ludden sadly had to step down from it, but Bert, in some ways, taking on as permanent host of a new incarnation of a classic show, Super Password, was fantastic. It was so delightfully 80s, and Bert really mixed that up, really worked in that environment. And certainly if you're listening to this and you've never heard of Bert, certainly I think the first place to go is his work on Super Password and Tattletales, because Tattletales, being able to work in that environment with several celebrities, talking about quite personal things and being able to laugh in the right place and have the right attitude towards things is extremely difficult. And of course, whenever Bert himself appeared on the panel for Tattletales, you could tell that the show was different. There was something different about it. When Gene hosted it, when some of the other hosts that hosted it sober could be on the panel, it was different. And in my opinion, it wasn't right. It wasn't the same if Bert wasn't hosting. So I just wanted to take a few minutes, and I realise it's very sketchy. He also hosted Win, Lose or Draw, of course, with Burt Reynolds as sort of a regular contributor to that, because they were good friends, actually, were Bert and Bert. So yeah, that's me, Jamie Dyer, remembering Bert Convy, who sadly passed away on the 15th of July 1991. That's 29 years ago today. Rest in peace, Bert Convy. If you'd like to get in contact with me here at the Old Time Review podcast, just email jamie@oldtimereview.co.uk. You can also tweet us at Old Time Review. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Old Time Review. And you guessed it, www.oldtimereview.co.uk.